Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dirty Masenko! That's so funny. It'd be funny if I was actually okay, that was a real one. Oh man, I'm surprised people I'm surprised no one's ever gotten like a horse while screaming that loud. You would think,
I'm sure they do. Yeah. It's like there's like, can I come in tomorrow and redo it? Because
no,
my voice up.
Exactly. But I'm actually talking like if of course, if Dragon Ball was real, like how come they never lose their voice? They're screaming for like 3 episodes, dude. Anyway, this is Dirty Masenko, a podcast where we talk about Dragon Ball Super. I'm Tank Rodriguez.
I'm SteveO.
What up? How you doing, SteveO?
I'm doing good, man. We're missing somebody today.
Oh yeah, we're missing Duck.
Goose.
Duck.
Goose.
Goose. Well, that's what happens when you're whipped. Just kidding.
Boozing whip. He told me he drank too much the night before.
Oh, okay. I was driving. I was driving to the studio when he was saying he wasn't going to do it, which is cool. You know what I mean? It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And definitely glad that we're still able to record here, do all that good stuff, and make it happen. Last week's episode was fucking hilarious on the podcast. I mean, even in the beginning now, I mean, that's probably going to be the most, a running joke. But holy crap. I normally don't, because I have other podcasts that I do.
Right.
And you can listen to the Tank Rodriguez Show on Spotify and Apple Podcast, wherever podcasts are found. Thank you so much. But yeah, I normally, there's most of the time I don't listen to them back. Like I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I just know what I recorded. I'll listen to the intro, and I'll listen to the outro, and I'll pick random parts just to make sure the sound's there when I'm doing the editing. But this one, man, I listened to that part. I don't know how many times. I recorded it like on my phone, and I was sending it off to people, and I was like, "You like Dragon Ball, right? Check this out. Let me know what you think." And people fucking lost their shit. It was. But I was listening to it over and over, and I was laughing so hard too. It was. Oh man. Anyway, there's gonna be a lot more of that. It was just fun. It was a good episode today. We're talking about episode 24. It's called Clash: Frieza versus Goku. This is the result of my training. Okay. I mean, before. If you want to call it that. Jesus Christ. But either way, we'll talk about it at the end of this episode. Because I was just thinking, we were talking about before we started recording, how and we'll get into it afterwards. I just want to touch briefly on it. How last week we watched last week's episode, and then after we got done with the podcast, I like to watch the next episode. That way I can, have a good frame of reference of what we're going to be talking about the next week. But I finished watching this one. I was like, well, shit. Got to watch the next one. But again, we'll talk about it when we finish this one. But I went down I even texted you. I was like, God dang it. I'm like 4 episodes deep already.
Yeah.
It was intense. Didn't watch any, man. You know what I've been watching though? If we can just, before we get into this episode, it's something that I've really been enjoying again, and I really think there's hype behind it because it's on Netflix. But I've been watching The Legend of Korra again. Well, I watched The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
When it came back out on when it came out on Netflix. I had seen it when I was younger. I was probably in that 18 to 20-year-old range when I first started watching The Last Airbender. But it was great. It was really, really good. And so I watched it again, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And I watched Legend of Korra, briefly. I remember just watching it here and there when it finished and all that stuff. But then now I'm watching it with clearer eyes and coming off of Airbender. Holy shit. I'm just going to say it. Legend of Korra to me is way better than Last Airbender. I'm not sure if you've seen them or not, but dude,
bruh.
you seen it?
No, I've seen them both. I've seen both
Yeah.
several times, both of them. Bruh.
So
I don't know.
You think Airbender's better still?
I think Airbender's better. I think.
Well,
you
okay.
would,
Well, let me say this. Is Legend of Korra more relatable to you, or is Airbender more relatable to you?
Golly, real life Korra, but but the problem is it's like how you look at the Avatar. The Avatar is different in both ones. I mean,
Yeah,
personality wise,
absolutely.
but also maturity. I don't. And here's the thing. I mean, we can get into this. This is a big rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But Korra is annoying as the Avatar. I don't like, and me and my girl, we watched because she watched it again. I was like, you haven't watched Legend of Korra, right? And because there's parts of Legend of Korra that I actually really enjoy.
Yeah.
But herself as the Avatar compared to Aang as the Avatar, I'm just like,
Yeah, they're two different. I mean, well, in the literal sense and in the mental sense, like they're. I mean, or metaphoric sense, there are they're night and day when it comes to the Avatar. But it just, I don't know. I don't even think it's more about Korra. I think it's more about Taizen. Like, I think Taizen's like why I like the show so much. Like,
you Tenzin?
Tenzin. Sorry, who's Taizen? Taizen's a fucking Samsung.
Tarzan?
Taizen's a fucking Samsung TV. Anyway, yeah. I think Tenzin. Like he's I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe because he's son of Aang, but I don't know. Like the I don't know. It just it's eliciting so many more emotions than Avatar did.
Yeah, well, but also in Korra, you really get a sense of the Airbender community, which wasn't, of course, there in Last Airbender. Because they're that's why you can't like dismiss Korra. You can't just say like, oh well, it sucks completely. No, it didn't. There was a lot of great stuff in Korra, but I had to look at it at different facets, and one of them is the attitude and development of the Avatar, him or herself. And that's where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give that to Last Airbender versus Korra, I just am. So I think a lot of people could take two different sides on the series itself, each series alone. But there's some people that are diehard, like, man, fuck Korra. I want Last Airbender all the way. They shouldn't have done that. And I was like, nah, come on. There's no lava bending in Airbender.
I mean,
come on now.
Well, no, but they had sand benders, and they had,
right.
I mean, and Toph had, discovered metal bending, so
right.
I mean, I think there's like subcategories of the type of the main types. And blood bending too. Blood bending was introduced.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I stand corrected. I'm sorry.
Exactly. But hey, you know what? Asami, fucking Batman. You know what I mean? Like, she is fucking Batman.
True.
Such a great show. But yeah, that's what I'm almost done. I'm on the 3rd season. So I got a few more episodes to watch there. But hey, this isn't a Airbender or Avatar podcast, which it could be. Because eventually, here's the thing. Eventually, we're gonna run out of Dragon Ball Super episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it might as well be all things encompassing anime or dork stuff. You know what I mean?
Could definitely, because my girl just got me into. She started me on Full Metal Alchemist.
Really?
I haven't. Yeah.
Wait, are you watching Brotherhood or the original one?
Brotherhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is Brotherhood the original one?
So she didn't go into that detail. I was like, hey, just, she wanted me to see it. And I was like, okay, there are different versions of it. I know this has been around a while.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, just start with this one. I was like, okay. And that's where I'm at. So I don't know if I think it's supposed to be close. She said Brotherhood was closer to the Magna, I think. But I was like, I have no idea. Now I'm walking blind. So just show it to me. I'm digging it so far. So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Alphonse. That
yeah.
This big old. I don't want to.
I was like, can I trap my brother in him tomorrow? Yeah. All right.
But anyway, episode 24, Dragon Ball Super. Definitely what we're talking about today. But we should think about maybe making this an anime podcast. I'm totally down with that. And just talking about things. And we'll it's still early. It's still really early to what we're doing. But anyway, but let's stay on track for right now because we did. Hey, we killed 10 minutes. Fuck it.
Yep.
The Japanese air date was December 20th, 2015. English air date was July 8th, 2017. And first summary. Well, I'll read the summary. I didn't read the summary beforehand, and I do apologize for any incorrect grammar, spelling structures that DragonBall.fandom.com provided here. So don't think I don't know how to read. So Goku and Frieza are in their fighting stances. Frieza decides to land, and he suddenly powers down. They both simultaneously walk towards each other, and so they both could deliver blows and begin a power struggle. At the same time, Goten and Trunks are flying to the lookout to see Dende. Jocko asks Bulma to remind himself if Goku is the individual that defeated Frieza, so the question was confirmed to be true by Bulma. He then points out, over to Vegeta, whom Bulma says that's her husband. Jocko recognizes him as the Prince of Saiyans. Jocko was scared to be there at the moment, but stays because it's his mission to protect Earth. Bulma then examines Jocko to see that he looks like Frieza. The others agree to this. Goten and Trunks are disappointed that they couldn't see the battle, but Trunks has an idea to travel to Dende's quickly and get back. On the lookout, Dende and Mr. Popo are watching over Piccolo, and Dende wants Goku and Vegeta to avenge Piccolo. Now, really quick, that's a lot of fluff for that episode. But when you continued watching it, do you remember Goten and Trunks going back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went back because actually Goku told them they have to go back. Like he doesn't want them there.
No. Coming back. Remember, they're like, "Oh, let's hurry! I have a plan, like to make it back so quickly."
I don't, that see, and again, I don't know. I haven't. This is still kind of new to me watching these episodes.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if they come back.
Yeah, I'm a little hazy, but when I started on that binge afterwards, I don't think they come back. It's weird. But really. Oh, well, the cool thing that I liked about that the beginning part when I was like actually like trying to collect the art for the episode, I do like the standoff. Like it had that eerie like music in the background. Yeah. Man, see, like my voice is still hoarse from the. Sorry, let me get a swig of the good stuff. It's Hell Country Fair water. So like the look, like you're kind of reminded about the Frieza saga from Dragon Ball Z, and the intense fight, fight battle, or the intense battle they had, and it was just like, is this? I mean, to me, like when I first watched, like, man, I can't believe this is actually happening again. That's pretty cool, because a lot of times, like, when you think about like Batman and Joker, you're like, man, I want Batman and Joker to fight again, or it's like this continuous thing. Like you want this comic book, never-ending series, or retelling of the stories, and we're actually getting it in the same universe. It's not like an adaptation of a previous story, or it's not a reboot. It's the same timeline, and it's happening again for the it's part 2.
I think it's cool you brought that up, Tank, because I didn't kind of see it. I was like, okay, let's get to the good stuff. But if you remember the Frieza saga, the fight between Goku before he's Super Saiyan and Frieza was actually pretty good. There was some good exchanges. There was a little bit of like playing around, but also good fighting involved in that.
Yeah.
And so you kind of want to see that a little bit, like, hey, let's see them go back and forth in their normal state,
right?
Similar to the Frieza saga, and just know that something bigger is coming down the road. But you'll see how definitely they're evenly matched up.
Yeah.
In this episode.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I can see that. I do. But it did remind me a little bit of the enjoyment of watching them first fight.
Yeah.
Back in the Frieza saga for sure.
Well, yep, definitely. It's like, come on, guys. Everyone knows, everyone holds back everyone's power. Why can't we just max? Just hit the max.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like taking steroids and being in baseball. It's like, oh, I'm not going to swing full force yet. It's like, no, why not? Do it. The power struggle eventually explodes. Frieza is glad that he made the effort to train and see a different light. However, he is disgusted by Goku, his face, his voice, and everything else about him. Goku wants Frieza to stop talking so they could continue fighting. Frieza agrees that he throws a ki blast in Krillin's direction. Goku blocks his attack with instant transmission, and let's see. But then Frieza rushes him and lands several punches. Goku and Frieza are moving at an intense speed that even Gohan and Krillin can't keep up. Bulma is surprised that Jocko could keep up with their battle. Frieza fires a ki blast at Bulma, but Frieza attacks Goku, sending him to the ground so he wouldn't save her. Vegeta obviously intervenes to save his wife. Do you remember, SteveO, when you were watching the Frieza saga? And I know we talked about it. I think we talked about it in a previous episode, and I'm sorry for the redundancy. But when Frieza just picks up Krillin with his mind, and he just explodes. It just, I don't know, and then the cry for help, like Goku. and then rip in peace Krillin in the Frieza saga. But you knew, like, it was super fucking intense at that moment. And then just to have, granted, when he shoots the blast at Krillin, Krillin's not gonna die. You know that, but it elicits that response again, and it's such great storytelling. Granted, the episode isn't the greatest, but that is still great storytelling because it's like you're like, oh shit, it is possible that it could happen.
I kind of felt it wasn't gonna happen.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the Frieza saga for sure. I mean, you saw that person like, oh my, because you remember,
because you didn't know.
Oh my god,
you didn't know. You didn't know what was gonna happen. Yeah.
And you thought, like, man, Goku just threw a freaking spirit bomb on Frieza. This is it. Happy ending.
Yeah.
Good. Everyone's going home. No,
Yep.
no, son. And then like Piccolo gets shot. It's funny how it does kind of echo some things like
from the past. Yeah.
Yeah, he kills Piccolo again. Or actually, he didn't kill Piccolo in the Frieza saga. He really he was borderline on, he
just obliterated
live and
him
dead
as far as right before death. Yeah.
Right, and then he does live kind of like, oh, bye, pop, and you definitely, this time around you're like, okay, there's some tricks. These are both individuals that are really powerful. They're not gonna, they're messing around here, and I think Frieza also knows Goku to the extent that, like, man, I'm just going to shoot his friends and he's going to defend them, and then I'm going to attack him that way. Like, if there's a bit of a strategy involved.
I know, Goku is going to save them. So that's my time to make my attack.
I want to say, you'll probably read further, but that's probably exactly what Frieza says, this is,
we're not playing fair. This isn't like a sanctioned match. There's no rules to this. He even does the fucking the Roddy Piper fucking eye gouge, like he even tried
this is chess, not checkers.
Yeah, exactly. This is chess, not checkers, motherfucker. Okay, so then of course Vegeta saving, and then again, it's gonna build up to the later what's happening later in the episode. Vegeta saves Bulma. Right, just remember that part, So then Goku and Frieza both ram each other with their heads. They gave each other head, while Goku was trying to get away, which I thought was a really weird. Before I finish, I thought it was like a really weird part, just like them battling with heads, like that. It's literally just diagonal. The scene is like they're diagonal on your TV screen, and they're literally playing tug of war. And anyway, it was weird. Goose pointed it out too, like the animation looked a little strange.
It did.
It really did. But yeah, so while Goku's trying to get away, Frieza grabs his leg, but Goku grabs his tail. Goku warns him about attacking the others because he's fighting him. Frieza says that playing dirty is part of vengeance, and he does whatever he pleases. Frieza mentions that the Namekian Dragon Balls and how Goku was looking to revive Piccolo later after he had been defeated. Frieza claims that as long as he's alive, the Earth and the Namekian Dragon Balls will be destroyed. They clash with blasts at each other to separate. Frieza and Goku continue their match. As Goku and Frieza are throwing their blasts at one another, Jocko's ship has caught on fire, and his picture of him and his girlfriend has gotten burned. Before Goku and Frieza could fight more, Vegeta comes behind Goku to kick him because he's mad that they're not using their full power. Yeah, so that pretty much sums it up there for that summary. I don't think there's really anything to add. Nope.
I think it's funny though that Vegeta. I don't know if this was written in there, but like it's more like Vegeta's kind of the audience. Maybe the mainstream Dragon Ball or the main the hardcore, I should say, Dragon Ball fans like we've been through this shit before. Like, why don't y'all fight for real? You know?
Exactly.
He's like, let's just do this. Also, because Vegeta wants to turn, like I can kill. I just killed Ginyu with one shot. Let's go.
Or does he? Does he want a turn? As we're about to find out now, which I thought was a little idiotic that they played it like this. I get it, but you're thinking like, no, we know who Vegeta is. Like that's why we love him so much. And we'll talk about it here. Let me just get to it. Yeah. So, as Vegeta and Goku are attacking each other, Frieza thinks that he's returning to his to be his loyal subject. Chan believes that Vegeta is siding with Frieza because he has returned more powerful. However, side note, let me reverse that. This is how the sentence read. Tien believes that Vegeta is siding with Frieza because he has returned more power.
Return more power?
Yeah. Return more powerful. Anyway.
Some of these people maybe didn't graduate.
Yeah, exactly. I am going to write the summaries from now on. Going forward, I can't do this anymore. However, everyone else disagrees that Tien and Tien hopes that they're all right. Frieza breaks up their fight to ask Vegeta if he's becoming part of his army again. Vegeta congratulates Frieza to being resurrected and begins clapping and clapping and clapping and clapping and clapping.
I was like, okay.
Frieza gets furious and demands Vegeta to stop. Vegeta responds with a comment of Frieza not being existent any longer, which I don't know what that means. Stupid sentence structure. Frieza wants to get his revenge on Goku, so he wants Vegeta to wait a little longer. He also states that he'll kill Vegeta too, but Vegeta says otherwise. So it's heavily implied in that scene that Vegeta was actually, thinking about turning and going back to the Frieza Force. Yeah. What? Okay, so you have Majin Buu, and then you have Bibbidi. No, wait, that was Bobbidi. Sorry, you have Bobbidi. Bibbidi was Bobbidi's dad. Bibbidi Bobbidi.
Bibbidi Bobbidi.
Yeah. So Bobbidi gets to Vegeta, and so we think, and becomes Majin Vegeta, which is the greatest Vegeta of ever. That's hands down the best character of all Dragon Ball to me personally. But he didn't do it to kill the planet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you find out, like he wasn't turning on Goku to turn on, to serve Bobbidi. He was like, so he could fight Goku. Like that's all he ever wanted.
Right.
Like that's all he didn't care if the world exploded. And then again, going back to that earlier in the episode, he saved Bulma. Like why on earth would someone, turn sides and then save his wife? I just thought it was kind of weird. Again, I get it. I know why they did it. This is supposed to appeal to children. I understand. So it doesn't matter to suspend that disbelief that maybe Vegeta would do that. I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
No, well, I think Tien again. It was only really coming from Tien
and Goku.
And Goku too, because I don't think
he's like
okay.
He's like, oh great, I thought you were turning sides,
Well, Goku. Well, first of all, Goku's stupid, so it's not really.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, yeah,
so there's that. Tien, I think again, Tien's always been a minor character,
Yeah.
and he's never really one of those that has really kept up. He'll try to keep up in power, but he kind of knew long ago, hey, these guys are well above my level.
Right.
But he also kind of he's always isolated. It's him and Chiaotzu like jerk it off somewhere, and so you don't know if how well he's understood the development of the two main characters, that being Goku and that being Vegeta.
Yeah.
So the training that they do, even when they're fighting Majin Buu in his final state, Goku and Vegeta actually admits that Goku's a superior fighter, but they're the only ones there that that hear that from each other. There's no the rest of the Z fighters, if you will, are not around to hear that admission from Vegeta, so they don't really know what's going on with Vegeta internally as a character. So they just assume hey, they came and invaded the planet a while back. Maybe he's still evil. I'm like,
maybe.
Fuck off, dude. You don't know.
Maybe, but you're fucking stupid too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I get it. Yeah. So winding down on the actual episode, Goku and Frieza decide to reveal their true power to each other. Sort of. Frieza lets Goku go first, but Goku doesn't want Frieza to lose hope. But he still goes first. Goku begins to concentrate his power when Frieza powers up a blast to attack him. Goku's eyes are closed. Goku demands Frieza not, that he can sense it, and Frieza's like, "Well, it was worth a try." Krillin and the others begin to say that Goku is unsensible and that he's reached a level beyond Super Saiyan God. Is it though? They also comment on his appearance. On King Kai's planet, King Kai notes that Goku has become a Super Saiyan God. Again, that contradicts itself. Without the help of other Saiyans, he then begins to wonder what sort of training he has been doing on Beerus' planet. Back on Earth, Frieza's not impressed. He's not impressed by Goku's transformation. Goku says that he's is pretty impressed himself that Frieza and that Frieza shouldn't act tough. Great, yeah, that exactly. Frieza wonders if he just went Super Saiyan, but Goku says that he's a Super Saiyan with the power of a Super Saiyan God. Frieza claims that to be a tongue twister. Goku welcomes Frieza his turn to show his power, and the episode freaking ends. How dare you?
Yeah. I mean, that's just typical Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. It's like, on the next episode, and then who's gonna? What's Frieza gonna do with all that power? Just like it's. That's actually pretty good. So it's just your typical, power up and see what happens, next episode. What's gonna go on? But
yeah, man.
I feel like so there was. I know when I first looked into it's funny. I saw that last part with Goku going Super Saiyan Blue, and I was like, I had looked into what because I didn't know there was a new form. I didn't look in a couple of years ago. I hadn't looked into Dragon Ball Super yet, and then I'm like, all of a sudden, well, there's Super Saiyan Blue. What kind of form is this? And then I try to research it, and it's like, actually, it's Super Saiyan God that is a Super Saiyan level. I'm like, what?
Okay.
What the what? Yeah, right.
So a Super Saiyan God that just went Super Saiyan.
Right, exactly.
So
exactly.
it just So that's why Frieza's like, you got to work on your descriptions better because it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't, because then it should be called something else. It should be like God level, and then God level Super Saiyan.
Should have been God. It actually should have been Saiyan God and then Super Saiyan God.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think actually I want to say, I don't know if this was Funimation or the English translation, kind of fucking with it a little bit, jazzing it.
Good idea.
You know what I mean?
You know
because
what?
It's like, yeah.
Let me, because I've been saying, I'm like, oh, well, we'll talk about it next week. But I always forget what we're supposed to talk about from the previous week. But yeah. I'm actually gonna write that one down because that's a good one.
Right? I mean, it makes sense. Hey, this is really difficult. Maybe we should incorporate this in the episode and make Frieza say that shit. And this is genius because it is ridiculous. It should be definitely. Hey, we just call it God Saiyan or Saiyan God, and then just go off of Super Saiyan from that. it makes sense, but I know there's just translation issues. I don't know.
Yeah, I get what they're saying, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense at the same time.
Right, exactly. So you just say Super Saiyan Blue, and there. Man, I know I don't want to go too far ahead, but me and my girl have a disagreement about a certain level of godhood for Goku, and what the term should be and what it shouldn't be, and it's caused some friction in our household because.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's like you don't know Dragon Ball. No, I do. I do a podcast about it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a Dragon Ball podcast? No. No. Okay. Exactly.
Shut it in the kitchen.
Shut it and make me a sandwich. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
We are not sexist here on the Dragon Ball Super.
No, absolutely not.
But yeah. So again, from the previous episode to episode 23 to 24, both have cliffhangers to where you're like okay. So this episode actually gave us some stuff, like I'm happy with what it gave us. It gave us some fighting, and it's like, well, yeah, but we knew that was going to happen. We know their power.
Right.
We know like how strong they are. But then it's just like, all right, Frieza, it's your time, and then no, anyway,
yeah.
I remember. That's stupid. Yeah, that one's well, actually, you know what? What's the I actually like that one, that song. It's not the chorus rocks. But anyway, but yeah, so and that's why I ended up watching like 4 extra episodes, and and it actually closes up which is a good thing because remember like Frieza Saga lasted forever.
It did
because
you
had to go through all the forms of Frieza, and then then you had to go to the battle with Goku and Frieza. So yeah, it was a long one, and it's actually coming to an end, which I'm actually excited about. So maybe that's why they're doing it like in such short episodes, where it seems like it's a lot of episodes, but it's really not. Like it's coming to an end really, really soon.
Right. The Frieza saga back in Dragon Ball Z was from the time Goku arrives to fight Final Form Frieza, and then to the Spirit Bomb. There's a lot of episodes, a lot of back and forth of fighting, and then Frieza like, I'm gonna fight you one-handed. I'm like, holy shit. But like it was good fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It did draw your attention in that way, and that's kind of what you hoped for this episode. You see Frieza come back and Goku. I mean, they're gonna fight in their base forms, but you want to see a little bit of martial arts within it. A little bit, and you kind of see that they're moving so quick. No one else can see them. I get it.
And the fact that Gohan can't keep up was so sad, because remember it's like, hey, when we're fighting, could you see me? Yeah. When you see, no one else can, and like now he can't. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, God, Gohan, you're a little bitch.
Yeah. Come on, go. Just go home, Gohan. Go take care of your daughter. Go take care of your family. It's fine.
Exactly.
We got this. But yeah, it wasn't. You can see the differences in those sagas, and you hope it does pick up, which it does. And you're right. It's definitely something that's going to help you. Like, I got to see what's up next.
It did.
It does what it's supposed to do.
It did, yeah.
It did. And it did. It absolutely did. Because the next one is like, ooh, yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. So, and just really quick, the trivia, what we were talking about earlier, it says, despite the introduction, the form later known as Super Saiyan Blue is not given a name in this episode. Instead, it is simply said to be the Super Saiyan level of one who has the power of a Super Saiyan god. And it's like, I'm still even more confused.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I looked that up. Man, I remember looking it up in the past. I'm like, this does not make sense. Who did this?
Let's do a breakdown. That's what we'll do next episode. We'll have a breakdown of that. That'll be our homework. Just to actually look at the levels of Super Saiyan, and then and then we'll get into the episode and all that good jazz.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Fun stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. See, and you thought it was gonna be a bad episode today.
I didn't think it was you know what? I didn't think it was gonna be a bad episode. I thought it might be short because it is one of those cliffhangers, man. I was like,
yeah. Well, to be fair, we did kill 10 minutes with the Legend of Korra and Avatar. So we did a 24. I mean, other than that, it's been like 24 minutes of Dragon Ball Super talk. But hey, I dig it. I fucking dig it. I mean, these episodes are getting better, baby, all the
They
time.
are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that, smash that like button. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah.
Is that how YouTubers sound? Oh no, they didn't get it right.
Yeah, hey, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe. All right, turn on notifications to make sure you get every episode of the Dragon Ball Super Podcast, also known as Dirty Masenko. I'm just kidding. Please like the video. I'm sorry you had to hear that. I don't like going to that place, so if you just like this video and subscribe to it, I won't have to do it. Yeah, so like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you know when every new Dirty Masenko episode comes out. And of course, if you are listening to this and you want to hear stuff other than Dragon Ball Super related stuff, let us know. We're more than happy to do that. I'm actually going to start watching Brotherhood now with you, man. I'll go, and then that way we can talk. What episode are you on?
I just finished episode 3. Apparently, episode 4, my girl's saying it gets really dark, and I'm like, it does? Oh, more darker than, binding your brother to an armor, losing your hand and leg, arm and leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
That's cool, man. So I'll join that with you, and we'll talk about it next time. I'll probably watch like 10 episodes. That way I can just be there with you. You'll probably get ahead. But either way, we can talk about it. But yeah, man. Hey, thanks for coming on, and this has been. Dragon Ball. Actually, that's not the name of the show. What's the name of the show, SteveO?
Dirty Masenko.
That's right, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks again for listening, guys. I will definitely see you next week. Thank you so much for listening to all 10 of y'all. We really do appreciate your support if you made it this long.